Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Musings of Maverick channel. I'm Maverick, and today we're going to be continuing our watch of Your Lie in April with episode 5. So, last episode, Kaori and Kousei either bombed or slayed the performance, depending on which way you look at it. Even though they did get going in the very end, they did break some very fundamental rules of the competition, ones that would most probably, if not directly disqualify them, basically deduct enough points from them to never even being in the conversation in the first place. These things are actually quite serious. There's no such thing as merit of the performance or whatnot. It's very strict by the rules stuff. That being said, however, since last episode, or actually 2 episodes ago, we did find out that this competition actually has something such as fan votes or audience votes. So it's entirely possible that the audience might vote them back in again, although that remains to be seen, right? And frankly, I'm not quite sure if Kaori and Kousei care about that much, because they have a little bit more pressing issues at hand, such as the fact that Kaori collapsed at the very end of the last episode. And with this, I expect that we're probably going to be learning more about the main storyline as well. Alrighty, so let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Okay. We're not starting at the end of last episode. Okay, so this is like a flashback. Just go. Holy shit. Can you even swim? Oh, okay. That answers that. Wait, so they were all childhood friends in the end. Okay. Okay. So he can smile like that. Good to know. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I guess we're going to play this off with some comedy. Hmm. That's got to be a lie. You've been to the hospital before. Okay, sort of playing it off. Oh no shit. Meh. So he doesn't want to be defined by that? Forget? Hmm. This womanizer. Okay. Hmm. That's a nice bro. See, that's one thing. Oh, actually, I forgot to talk about this last episode. So there was this one scene where Watari said "kirei," right, towards their playing. The translation there actually said, "She's so beautiful," but actually, what Watari said there doesn't explicitly imply that he thinks it's Kaori that's beautiful with her way of playing. It might be them together. Just because I feel like, okay, it probably doesn't make that much of a difference, but I feel like it kind of changes this meaning slightly. Hmm. The feeling of being on stage. Oh, so she collapsed a little bit later? Okay. When did she say this to Kousei? Okay. Okay. Was me. Okay, so that's what happened. See? Again. Okay, presumably this is the lie that she's told. Okay, okay. But I still hold on to my theory that she originally knew who Kousei was. Hmm. Hmm? Okay, someone new. Oh. Yeah, you've got it bad, girl. Hmm. Okay. Oh, a confession. Will she accept? Will she reject? Hmm. Okay. sort of crush, anyways. Did you accept? Did you reject? Okay, it looks like maybe she rejected. OMG. Now it's his turn to be down in the dumps. This guy. She is such. Oh man, I love her. Ah, hook, line, and sinker. Really? Really? Yeah. The dialogue for Kaori is just. What? In your uniform? Holy shit, girl. Like, seriously. Who is this girl? Oh. But he can't swim, right? Yeah, he can't swim. Oh, wait. Yeah, he can't swim. Oh, wait, he can. That was great. Man, this Kaori girl. Stealing all the hearts. And yet again, we have a great episode. Man, I gotta say, 5 episodes in, and really there has been nothing for me to complain about. Like, this, again, I guess it probably doesn't bear repeating, but you can really tell the quality of this work. Like, there is nothing that I have complaints about for these few episodes. Even in the parts where it was slow, it provided the proper atmosphere and the proper pacing to move forward, and so I wasn't exactly bored or impatient or whatnot. But anyways, let's talk first about this. Okay, let's talk first about Kaori, right? Because throughout this episode, my thoughts were exactly mirroring that of Kousei, and that is, she is such a sparkling, dazzling girl, right? Like, it's almost unfair in a sense how positive she is. And make no mistake, I don't perceive myself to be the gloomy or very negative, pessimistic kind of person all that much. But even I have to completely bow down and say, like, is this girl for real? Right? She's just such a positive driving force, right? And you know what's the most annoying thing about this? It's that what she's saying actually makes a lot of sense. It resonates with me a lot. So you can't really say that she's just upbeat, or she's just positive and leave it at that. But what she's saying actually also makes sense as well, and that's what is so powerful about this character. In fact, let me touch on the dialogue a little bit, because really I feel like the dialogue throughout this series so far has just been great. Not even just Kaori's part, but even Kousei's inner monologues as well. I really feel like they are poetic in a kind of sense. Both Kousei's inner monologue as well as Kaori's quotes. All the things that she said, like a lot of them are quotable. You can generally take any of her words out and it'll probably make for a nice quote on the wall or something, right? So, and they're structured in a way that's very, I don't know how to describe it, like very poetic. Like it's like it reads like a poem, right? And I don't know if it's just also because of the atmosphere, the music, and then the artistic style and whatnot. But it just really, it's great. It's just absolutely great. Um, and so, man, she is like, this kind of character is almost cheating, right? In a sense, if we sort of meta discuss it, right? It's like, how you can't find any fault with her. Um, but anyways, that's, I've probably been rambling on too much about her character, but anyways, I love it, and everything that she says, oh, so good, so good. And I guess I'd like to use this opportunity to sort of discuss, what exactly is the lie that's being portrayed, right? Because I've been trying to figure this out for the past few episodes. Like, what exactly does the lie mean in Your Lie in April? Well, as of right now, we know that there's actually 3 different kinds of things that this can refer to, right? So first of all, of course, probably the obvious one would be that, she definitely has some sort of medical condition and whatnot, and she's, we've already seen that she has directly lied to her friends about her medical condition. So that could be the first interpretation of this lie. The second part, and which I was going on for the past few episodes, is the fact that, she sought out Kaori. She sought out Kousei for a specific purpose, right? She definitely, friend A and whatnot, that is just a lie, right? She completely knew who he was, and she probably had a set goal in mind when she met him as well. Potentially, she might have heard of him before, maybe she knows of his condition, and maybe she feels a resonance with him as well, potentially. So that might be the thing that they're going for there as well. But she definitely knows of him, right? And it's further evidenced by this episode, where she's clearly lying in wait for him, even though she's making this entire thing, like, trying to play it off like it was just a chance encounter, right? So we got that part as well. And the third thing is actually what Kaori said this episode, right? The thing about, creating the most beautiful lie of all. So I'm not entirely sure about this part, but I do think that what she's trying to portray here is basically faking it till you make it, right? So all musicians, in a way, are all just sort of faking it because, you I mean, this can apply to any other career as well, to your professional career or any other different kind of field, right? Fake it till you make it. But in music especially, you always have these people in front of you. Like, there's the works that you play as you learn your music, right? It's always going to be played better by someone else already, right? Unless you are eventually unless you become a virtuoso already, right? Or are proclaimed a virtuoso, there's always like that sort of measuring that you have. And really, just because of the genre, right? So you can already listen to what your predecessors have already done to this particular work for this particular piece, music, whether it's classical or contemporary, right? And so when you're playing along, really, you're just trying to do a crude imitation of it, and then gradually getting better and better and better until you can make it your own, right? So that's why I believe that what she's saying here is basically fake it till you make it. And again, that part is also, completely resonates with me as well. But like I said, it doesn't particularly apply just to music. It can apply to lots of different things, right? So these are the 3 lies that I've gathered so far in regards to your lie in April, right? And also, I guess I should, even though I've been harping on about Kaori for this long, I guess we should probably mention Tsubaki a little bit, right? After all, she did have quite the amount of screen time within this episode in regards to, I guess, her crush, particularly on Kousei and whatnot. And if it is a crush or if it's something else or whatnot, we're definitely heading into some sort of romance triangle or square or whatnot, right? As was evidenced from the first 2 episodes. But I will say, though, there was one little note which I don't know if it's going to be very significant or not, and that is at the very end when Kousei is sort of motivated by Kaori to also make the leap and jump off the bridge. The final push was actually from Tsubaki, right? And not from Kaori. So I don't know how significant this is going forward. Probably it's going to build into something like Tsubaki is still a irreplaceable part of Kousei's life, of Kousei's experience and whatnot. But we shall see. I'm not going to speculate too much on that part because I'm sure Tsubaki probably doesn't have a good grasp of her own emotions yet. Alright, so that's pretty much all for this episode. Again, not really anything else. They didn't really perform music or whatnot this episode. In the next one, however, judging from this episode, it seems that Kaori is going to push Kousei into performing at a piano competition. Oh, and by the way, this also brings it back to the point, right? She definitely knows of him and she wants to do something for him in some way, shape, or form. Otherwise, she's not going to use this opportunity of doing whatever she wants in order to encourage Kousei to take up piano again seriously, right? But anyways, that's beside the point. So we're going to be, I presume we're going to be seeing piano competition from the following episodes. So what to expect? You know, piano competitions are quite similar to violin competitions in terms of structure, so I'm not going to harp on about that again. Normally you would consist of a lot of different rounds, and then there will be set pieces, depending on what kind of competition and the level and whatnot. Generally speaking, I'll be expecting to see a lot of Chopin. That is a given, and maybe a lot of Bach and Beethoven as well, some Mozart probably. And then if they are going to go into the more higher levels, I'll be expecting to see Liszt and Rachmaninoff as well. Yeah, Rachmaninoff. That would probably be the pieces that will be performed here. And in this one, like, I don't know, I have a feeling that this one, Kousei is actually going to go all the way. And then potentially at the very end, they're going to end this by, again, going back to a violin competition, maybe, probably. And speaking of which, I'm actually kind of curious whether or not Kaori is going to be the accompanist for Kousei in his piano competition, because although a lot of these competitions are generally just solo pianists, there are some that also feature a duet or whatnot, or sonatas that feature a accompanying violinist or cellist, right? So that is cellist, cello, anyways, someone who plays cello. So that's potentially something to look out for as well. So that concludes my thought for this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one as well. So let me know what you think. Am I being a little bit too, maybe, you know, too, how should I say it? Maybe too praising of Kaori or whatnot? But nah, I don't think so. I think most of you guys probably love her character as well. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one, where hopefully we get a little bit more music. So until then, bye bye.